I'm Patrick Bailey with whiteboardcoder.com. Today is September 3rd, 2017, and in this video I'm going to attempt to do several things at the same time. So the overall goal is I want to install a brand new 512 gigabyte Samsung 960 Pro Nvme M.2 SSD drive, so super fast M2 drive. But I'm not going to clone the old drive. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to install, I got a brand new Windows 10 Pro OEM install disk. And so I'm going to put this fresh, brand new, never used SSD drive in and then put the new Windows 10 Pro and install it right on it. On this new laptop, which is an Asus GL753 VE, which I just bought a few weeks ago. And I figured there's going to be a lot of steps to get it figured out. So I'm going to try to go through all the steps in this video to show you how I did it. And then also, once it actually gets done, I have to go reinstall all the Asus drivers and special programs they have for this laptop. So there may be a lot involved, but I'm going to try to go over everything I can. And also, chances are at the end of this video, there may come at some point a pop-up saying, oh, here's the things I forgot, and here's the second video. But with that, let me get started. Okay, so one of the first things I need to do is I need to get into the BIOS to fix it so that it'll actually boot off the CD-ROM, because I need to install Windows 10 Pro fresh from a new OEM disk. And you can't do that on the default BIOS settings. So what you got to do is shut your computer down, start it up, and press the F2 key. And once you press the F2 key, the BIOS should show up. And here's the BIOS. Now what I need to do is go into advanced mode down here, click on that, go into security, and then scroll down to the bottom here where it says secure boot. We open that up, and we need to disable it for now. So go to disabled. After that's done, go to boot, and where it says CSM support, we need to enable it. And go back to main here. So that should all be good. But now at this point, you need to save and exit and then restart. So I will save and exit, save, change, and exit. Okay, and then after it restarted, when your computer restarted, you need to hold down the F2 key again, so you get back into the BIOS. And then what we need to do right now is change the boot priority. So right now, it's going to the SSD drive, but we want it to go to the DVD first. And so I'm going to take this and drag this to the top. And so that will give us the ability that when we put the Windows 10 Pro disk in on the DVD drive, it'll actually boot off of that versus it'll try to boot off that first. Now, if there's no disk in there, it'll actually it'll go down the line the boot priority and start just normally. But in this case, the next step I'm going to do is replace the hard drive. So I'm going to have an empty hard drive, so I need to boot off the DVD drive. So now at this point, I'm going to save and exit again. Here I can press F10 or just hit save and exit. And then after it restarts, I'm going to shut the whole computer off. And I'm going to turn it completely off, power it all the way down, because the next step is I want to open the case and replace the hard drive. Okay, the next step, we're going to actually install this drive. So in this case, I have an Asus GL753 VE, and I'm going to take the back off. Now the back off has screws all around the periphery, and then one secret one here. So I'll just start taking all the screws out. And always make sure to be organized. I like some of the stuff from iFixit has. Like they have this guy that has all these tools in here, and the top pops off, and you can organize your screws. So I kind of like that. So let me just take all these screws out real quick. And after you get all that done, there's one more secret screw right underneath here. So you have to pop it up. One tiny screw underneath there. And luckily that's the only secret screw. Put that down. And now we gotta work this off. Just real gentle. You don't need to try anything too hard. You can kind of wiggle it and then kind of pop the rest off pretty easily. And there's the back. Okay, now in this guy, here's the original SSD drive. I need to pull that guy out. It's got one screw on the back just to hold it down. Oh, I need a smaller guy than that, don't I? Okay, the screw's a little smaller, so I got a smaller head for it. Oh. Oh, this one's being a little bit of a booger. Doesn't want to turn. It's going to be a pain, aren't you? Probably get some other tool to get that off. But hopefully you don't have as bad a case as I do on that. So I'm going to get another tool to try to get that moving. Okay, so I had to get some tools, and luckily I kind of got it moving. So I got tools that were, I got these, I guess you call them like pinch nose plier vice grips. And this worked, thank goodness. So I can get on the edge there and pinch in really good. My next step, which scared the crud out of me, because I didn't want to do it on a laptop, is I bought these. And I'm going to keep them because I'll probably use them for other projects at some point, but this is something I don't want to use on a laptop, where you can actually, these are for, they're kind of like a reverse drill. So you kind of drill in there and they're reversed, and they will pull your screws out. So they'll kind of bite into your screw and drill it out. But that's kind of scary on a laptop, and thank goodness I avoided it. So in this case, and I'll kind of repeat what I've done, is I kind of went right here on the top. I can get a good grip on the back. So I went a little bit low on the top, and then on the front, I could just barely get it. And then you'd have to adjust this so you're not squeezing too tight. I think I probably backed off a little bit. So you kind of just, this is what I did. I kind of got it so I could squeeze, and you can see it's moving just bit by bit. So I just took it real. I haven't even popped this all the way off yet. I'm just taking it real slow. Hopefully nobody else has to do this crazy thing that I'm doing right now, because these should not be torqued down so tight that you're going to strip the screw. There we go. Now, of course, I'm not going to reuse this screw again. Here we go. So this thing pops up. Here's the old drive. I'll just, as far as I know, just pull them out. Pull it out. Here's the old drive. Now, the original drive is even though it's hooked to the M2, it's an SSD drive, so it's not very fast. And I did a video on that before. I think it topped at about 500 megabytes per second. But now, here's the new one. Dun, dun, dun. And so this should be super duper fast. So we'll just kind of seat it in there, and from all I've heard, put it at an angle, stick it all the way in, and then go down. And now what I'm going to do is I am not going to reuse this screw that I just stripped. I think I'm going to steal a screw, maybe off my, steal a screw over here and see if it's the same size. That's not the same size either. Okay, so you get the idea. I'll figure out a screw that, even if I have to put the old one in, I'll figure out some screw to get this back down. But you get that down, and that's it. I should have my new hard drive, and it should be ready to go boot off my CD. So the next thing I'm going to do is put this back together, and then stick the Windows 10 CD in there and start it up. Okay, now for the moment of truth. Let me see if I can install my Windows 10 Pro. So I have to pop the, I guess I got to turn it on so I can pop the CD. There we go. So I'll stick this in the drive. And we'll let it start up. So we're going to start, there we go, recording. Okay, so gotta press a key. So hopefully I can hear it right now. Hopefully it should be booting off the CD. And it is! And hopefully I can actually see the drive as it gets going here. Let's see what... let me just let it go. Hey, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to go through the install process. You may or may not want to do it the way I do it, because I kind of typically always do it a weird way. Okay, English, next. Install now. Let's see if we can actually find my SSD drive. Okay, we're going to accept the terms. Next. Custom install, of course. Oh, hey, it sees it. I think. There we go. Drive 1. Unallocated. So I'm going to choose that. That should be it. And hit next. He says, hopefully. Oh, we couldn't install Windows in the location you chose. Please check your media drive. Here's more info about what happened. 0x8030024. Ooh. Okay, I guess I need to go look up what the heck that means. So it looks like I got my first problem. Let me go see what 8030024 even means. Okay, so my first guess, I looked around a little bit. I'm being stupid. I just did this. This is unformatted. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to choose this guy and just format it. Refresh there. You're not going to let me format. Maybe You know what? I want to. I don't really care so much what's on the second drive, so I guess I can do something. Let me hit load drivers. Your device. No, I can't do that. Just I'll scan for drivers. Okay. Okay. Maybe not. Let me go back and restart this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the case again and pull out the second drive. Just so I know I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to think about it. I'll just have the one drive. Okay, I lost my camera crew, so I gotta do this myself now. So to remove this drive, I just had to take out 2 bolts. So there was one right here, and there was one right here. So I took them out, and this whole thing seems to come out pretty easily. So you just kind of have to pull it up a little bit from the back here, and just kind of wiggle it a little bit to pull it out. And there you go. There's pulling out the drive. It should just be that easy. And I'm just going to set it aside so I don't have to worry about it as I do this installation. Okay, so the hard drive's removed. I should just have the one hard drive, so now I'm back here to the install now. So let me click install now and see what I can do. Accept the license. Next. Do a custom. And there we go. So there's my drive. It sees it. And so let me hit next. Same spot, same everything. So I would expect to get the same error, but we'll see what happens. It's working. Okay, maybe it just loaded different drivers because it saw the drive. I don't know. Anyway, but let's let this run and see how far we can get. Restarting. Well, that was pretty fast from my experience. We'll see what we got to do, but it's 20-ish minutes, it seems. For my world, that's pretty fast for a Windows install, but this is a pretty fast disk on new systems. Okay, now it's restarting. Okay, it seems to be rebooting. I got the CD-ROM popped out, so it's booting off the SSD drive. I did have to shut it all down again and reboot it. So it kind of got stuck there for a little bit until I did that. Feels like it rebooted there. Restarted something. On to the next step.
Hi there, I'm Cortana, and I'm here to help.
No, you're not.
A little sign in here, a touch of Wi-Fi there, and we'll have your PC ready for all you plan to do. You can use your voice or the keyboard along the way, and if you'd like me to stay quiet, just select the sound icon.
I would like you to stay quiet.
If you need an assistive screen reader, press the Windows, Control, and Enter keys.
Okay, I'll give them points. Interesting idea.
Okay, enough intro. Let's dig in. Your region is set to United States.
Okay, I'm going to disable voice control because I don't need that. Okay, United States, yes. Oh, the voice control, hey, might be an interesting idea. Okay, yes. I want to add a second keyboard layout. Nah, I'll skip that. Connect to my Wi-Fi, I guess. Okay, once you connect to the internet, hit next. Okay, I'm connected. The computer will restart and keep updating. I'm used to that, you know, having a couple of reboot cycles. Let's see what it does.
Type your email address or phone number, then follow the instructions to sign in. I'll catch up with you once that's done.
Okay, I guess I muted it, but it rebooted, so Cortana's back on again. So I will shut her off again. In this case, yeah, I have a Microsoft account, but I don't like using it, so I just use an offline account. I don't want to have them connected. That's just my personal preference. Maybe later. I'll start throwing all this stuff out. Password hint. I'm going to turn Cortana off for my case. No. Nope. Nope. Relevant ads. No. And I want Cortana off. And so for me, I'm turning all this stuff off. And accept that. That's the last step. Now it might be I changed my mind over the years because it's weird to have an Amazon Echo and I love it. But Cortana seems intrusive. Does that even equate? Maybe it's just my mindset. Well, hey, I'm set up. Or at least a start, right? Let me see what I can do here. Let me see if I can display settings and fix that. Totally wrong. Okay, good. Okay, I got that. Doesn't look so dumb. And let's do what everyone does. Open up Internet Explorer and install Chrome. Okay, there we go. So now I got Chrome installed. So at this point, I think the next thing I want to do before I try to install anything else or set anything else up, and there's a lot of personal settings I want to do that I'm not going to cover, but I want to see the disk speed. So I'm going to download Crystal Disk Mark and see if I can run it. Okay, now let me see what kind of speeds I'm getting. So let me go run this and see what I'm getting. Hopefully it's fast. Wow. Okay, it is definitely getting the speed. But just to compare, I did a test recently and I made a video on it showing the original drive, which is just a normal SSD. And so the speed on that, you can probably see them right now, try to overlay them. It was doing 528, now it's doing 3300. Now the max theory limit on this is 30, I believe it's 30, let me go here, 3500 read and 2100 write. So that's not bad. But to make the test exact, I actually did 4 gigabytes. So let me change that from 1 to 4 and rerun it. Wow, that is just way faster. So it's like my writes are like 10 times faster in this case compared to what I had before. And my reads are like 33 times 5, so that's like 6 times faster. This is a lot faster. I'm sure once I start doing some performance tests, in my case, the thing I most care about is Camtasia, and I bet it's going to be a lot faster. Okay, so it's installed. So next steps, I'm going to go, I need to go reboot this, get into the BIOS, and set it so that it's actually going to start on the first disk on the SSD drive, the PCIe drive versus the CD-ROM. And also make sure I just do all the current installs to get the current. I'm going to fix the BIOS to go back and start booting off the hard drive. I'm going to install the other hard drive I just took out back in, and then I want to just go through and do all the generic updates from Windows before I start going in and doing drivers and tools and all that fun stuff. Okay, so I have now I reinstalled the second drive, so the spinning disk is back in there. And now I want to fix the BIOS. So I want to see if I can... I'm not sure what the best thing to do. Definitely I want to change the boot priority so the Samsung is the first one. But I'm wondering if I can turn back on secure BIOS. And that might solve some things. I think so. So I'm gonna give that a shot first. I'm going to go in the advanced mode. And then go to security. Scroll down here. Go to secure boot. And go from disabled to enabled. And I think since this is Windows 10 and it should be verified and signed and all that good stuff, it should just be fine. And because if I go back to the boot, that should now be disabled because I did enable security. The CMM should be disabled. Let me go back to... Okay, that's all I'm going to do. So I'll put it on... It's on secure mode again. Secure boot. And I will just save that and exit and see if that solves my problem. So save changes, exit, hit OK. And we'll let it start up again. Windows Boot Manager. Let's save and exit again. Okay, it may not be that simple. My other option is just to leave secure boot off for now until I figure it out. That seems like that's probably what I'm going to have to do. Okay, let me go to advanced mode. I'm going to disable security again. Secure boot. Disabled. And boot. CMM enabled. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to save and exit that. Let it restart. and see what I get. Okay, Windows is starting. Okay, I'll let this start. Okay, so it started up. Let me make sure my boot party is correct. So I'm going to restart it and hold down the F2 key. And get back into the BIOS. Okay, the Samsung's boot party is first. Okay, that's exactly what I want for now. Okay, so I'll just escape out of this. Sorry. Okay, I'll escape out of this, hit OK. Okay, so as far as where I want to be right now, I'm fine. Maybe I'll fix that secure boot later. I don't know that's that important. There's some reasons for it, but let me log in. And the next thing I want to do real quick is check for any updates on Windows 10 before I do anything else. So we'll check for updates. Okay, there we go. So I will just do a restart now that it's done that. And I don't know how Windows 10 is doing things compared to 7. But typically I have an experience where you download new updates, you restart it, then you got to check again, get the new updates. Sometimes you have to rolling update. So I'm going to restart it and check for updates again. Okay, I'm up to date. So my next steps are going to be, I need to go update all the drivers and specific stuff for this laptop because I'm sure a lot of the keys aren't working. A lot of the special things that Asus put in there is not set up. Probably my drivers for my graphics card probably aren't on there. So I need to go do some tests and install all those things that I need. Okay, let me do a quick assessment of where I'm at right now. So I've done a tiny little bit of settings, just putting a background on here. I ran Crystal Disk Mark a couple more times. Everything looks fine and fantastic. I've added my other hard drive back in here, and it's loaded just fine. So everything looks good at this point. What looks weird now, though, is I don't have all my special drivers in there, so there's things that I can't do. So if I try to use the function keys, the FN keys, and I try to turn the light up and down on the screen, the light up and down on the keyboard, all that stuff, I have no control because I don't have those drivers installed. So I need to go install those. But before I do, I want to do one more test. I downloaded this Furmark, which is a GPU test. And I just want to make sure that it does see my GPU right now. And it looks like it does. There's the 1050 titanium. And I just want to do a quick stress test kind of before and after. I think I'm okay right now, but as I update some of these drivers, I may get increased performance. I just kind of want to see if that's the case. So I'll run this stress test here for a minute, which should show me the frames per second I'm getting. And I can see that up in the upper left-hand corner, it does see the GeForce GTX 1050 titanium. So it is running. It looks like it's doing about 40 to 45 frames per second with this test at 1080p. So, not bad. I think it might actually go a little higher, so I don't know what but here's a baseline. We're at 40 right now. I'm sure I have some drivers that were installed by the Windows 10 Pro, but nothing else. So maybe as I fix some of these things, install some of these drivers, we may get some increased performance. But that is where I am right now. Let me kill that. Okay, so next thing I need to do is I need to go to their support site. And so in this case, Asus, they got their support site and they have their drivers and tools. So I'm going to start downloading all their drivers and see what I can fix. Please select the OS. There we go, Windows 10. Okay. So I don't need the BIOS. Just the audio, the LAN, the card reader. I'm just going to start downloading all these and see what I can do. Except for the BIOS. So we'll download the VGA. Download the audio. It should give me some controls back. I don't have, well, there's a card reader in the front I haven't used. The touchpad seems to be working just fine, but maybe that'll improve it. Others, and utilities. We'll download the wireless just in case. The wireless seems to be working just fine right now. I don't even think I need the BIOS or chipset. ATK, we'll download that. Bluetooth. Yeah, I don't think I need the EMI either. Okay, so let me go show everything I've downloaded. Okay, there we go. Download it. So let's open up this VGA one first. Yeah. Okay, so we can do. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I just run setup, and hopefully this will install everything I need. Click yes. System check. Okay, agree and continue. I'm gonna go Express on that because I'm not much of a gaming mini right now. Install complete. Okay, so I figure we're complete. I don't know if it requires a reboot or not, but let me just run the fur mark again before I do something like that. I got a feeling I'm going to get the same results. Yep, 41, 42, nothing changed. Because I imagine we have to reboot. I'll just reboot right now. Okay, now that we have the update, let's see if we get any improvement or not on our video. We'll run it again. Yeah, about the same, 41. Okay, on to the next thing. Okay, let me start working on the rest of them. So let me go to my downloads. And the next thing I have is audio. So we will stop. Extract all the audio. Okay, so we're on the setup. And the keys are working, so I can turn the volume up and down with the FN keys just fine for audio. Okay, next. Yeah, so the audio may be fine. Might as well. Yep, let me restart my computer now. Okay, next is the LAN. So let me see what we have for the LAN network. Download LAN. Extract them all. And run the setup. Next. Install. Yeah, nothing very fancy. Okay, finish. So next. Did I just reinstall it? Yeah, whatever. Oh, restart my computer. Yes, restart my computer. Okay, next is card reader. Let's go for a card reader. Yep, restart my computer. Okay, now we have touchpad. Let's see. Touchpad, there we go. Extract all. And restart. Touchpad settings. There's some advanced touchpad settings. You can get the 3-finger and 4-finger gestures. Yeah, it should be working. There we go. Okay. That might have been working before. I didn't test it. I just want to make sure it's still working. Okay. Next is others. For others. I can't download this. Serial. Okay, I downloaded a serial. The other is a serial. Okay. Maybe this will give me my keyboard back. I don't know, but at this point, if I do my function keys, I've got nothing for turning my keyboard lights down or up, or the monitor up or down. None of that's working. I don't know if this is going to be the one that fixes that. But let me just run it. I'm guessing not, since this is Intel. Okay. No reboot on that one, I guess. Okay, no monitor, no keyboard change. Okay, wireless is next. Which one? WLAN, there we go. Extract all. Okay, and I'm going to set this up. Yes. I'll restart my computer. Okay. Okay, let's see if my hotkeys work now. So FN and oh, there we go. And I can see my keyboard backlights are going up and down. Monitor brightness. There we go. Okay, cool. That fixed that problem. But also another hotkey we have that's an odd one is that Republic of Gamers hotkey they gave us, which is 2 keys above the 7 in the numpad. And I'm pressing that, of course, nothing's happening. Okay, let me see. Next thing to download is the Bluetooth. Let's see. Okay, maybe I'll fiddle with Bluetooth later, since I'm not using Bluetooth right now. Make a note of it. But yeah, right now, so I got all that stuff working. Let me see. But I think I am missing, yeah, the Republic of Gamer stuff. Oh, cool. I just plugged in my microphone to make sure I got this Realtek thing, and I do. Okay, good. So that's back. But the Republic of Gamer's hotkey is not working right now. So let me go figure out what I need to do to install that, because I think I grabbed all the stuff I needed. But let me go see what I can figure out. Okay, I think I finally found the Rogue Gaming Center. I was trying to get it off my old hard drive, which proved to be a little bit more of a pain. But I think I finally found it. So if you go into the support page, and I should put a link up to that, and then you go into Drivers and Tools, Windows 10, which was here before, but I think I missed some stuff. So if you go down to Others, and it says See All Downloads, there was some stuff I wasn't seeing. So there's more stuff to install. So Intel Management Engine, Utilities, what was in Utilities? Did I just mix myself up? No, I don't want that. Nope, I just saw it a minute ago. Utilities. Okay, maybe that's it. See all downloads and utilities. Handwriting, I don't want that. Aurora Core. That's what I've seen that. Aurora Core. And the Gaming Center. There we go. So let me start downloading all these. So, let me double check on that. Okay, so we'll start downloading all this fun stuff. If I don't need that, it's the newer version up there. Okay, I think that's it. So I guess I'll download it. I'll go to downloads now, and we'll start with the first one, which should be this Rogue Aurora Core Win 10. There we go. Rogue. There we go. Extract all, and run setup. Next. Successfully installed. We'll close it. I've got another one. Did I download one I didn't need? Oh, that's version 102, that's 101, so I'll skip that. Okay, for this ice sound, let me extract that. Audio Wizard setup. Don't know that I really need this, but I'll install it anyway. Finish. USB chargers. Okay, I'll say no for now. I'll restart it here in a second with something else, I'm sure. Let me extract this game first. and install it. Finished. Okay, I'll hit no again. I'll restart here in a second. And finally the gaming center. So let me extract all. And we'll run setup. Okay. Next. 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 Okay, try again. Okay, I guess I gotta cancel out of here. Okay, I guess I need to restart. So let me go restart. Oh. This is still installing. Okay, I think it's just stuck at this point. So I'm just gonna go force reboot everything. I think everything got installed except for the gaming center, of course. Okay, so I've rebooted. I've got some new icons on here. Let me go run the Rogue Gaming Center setup again and see if it sets up this time. Okay, next. Everyone, next. Successfully installed. Okay, so let me close and do a restart. Okay, so I got the gaming center installed supposedly. Let me see if I can hit the key, the special key they have here. It'll come up. Nope, it's initializing. Okay, it did. Okay, let me just double check that. And kill it. I'm pressing the key. Okay, good. Please wait, it's initializing. Okay, I'll let it initialize. Okay, good. Looks like it's all there. Not that I'm going to use it much, but it's nice to know that it's reinstalled and it's there if I need it for some reason. Click on it again and I can go to yeah, I'll do it in here. CPU, GPU. Core. There we go. Click on that core because I want to change my keys. And I want it to be static and I change it to blue. That's just what I did. And apply. Okay. Okay, now my keys are blue. I don't really need the game center up. I'll close it. I think I'm done. So I think I got everything installed. So I'll do a couple more quick tests. And then I'm just going to do a little wrap up showing everything that's working. Maybe do a little recording of my keyboard. Make sure you can see it's lighting up correctly. Okay, just a quick wrap up to show that everything is working now. So you can see on my screen I ran a really quick crystal disk. And so you can see I'm still getting the same speeds, really good speeds. And now my function keys are working. So if I want to turn the keys and the lights down or up, that's working just fine. Also the monitor, I can turn the monitor up and down, the brightness up and down. That's working just fine too. And then the Rogue key over here for the gaming center, that now is working. I click that and it pops up. So that's working too. Also, the thing I care about a little bit is that Aurora Core, where I can change the keys so I can make it breathe or something. That's all working. Make it pink. There we go, see. So, all the pieces, parts that are important are working. You can see my keys are going red to pink right now. So everything's working. It's not what I like, so I'll just go back to static blue. But yeah, everything's working. I guess the last thing I can run is this firmware again, just to show the GPU is running well. So I'll start that up. do this stress test and show that there I'm getting that 40 frames per second. So I think I have everything installed that I need on this computer. So I got the new SSD, I got the new M2 drive on there. It's running really fast. I think I've reinstalled everything I have. So now I've got Windows 10, I've got the super fast 960 Pro installed, and I think I've got every Asus driver and special software package reinstalled, or at least the ones I care about. So I think I'm good now. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a like. To subscribe, just click the subscribe button. Also, you can follow me on Twitter under the handle @whiteboardcoder.com. View any code I may have thrown up as a gist at GitHub under the username PatmanDenver, or check out my blog site at whiteboardcoder.com.